I want to share something with you today that has been on my mind for a long time, something that most men walk right past every single day and without ever realizing what they missed. You've probably been in a conversation with a woman and walked away thinking, oh, she was just being friendly, just being polite, just killing time. But what if she wasn't? What if she was actually telling you exactly how she felt the entire time, and you simply didn't know the language she was speaking? Stay with me, because that's exactly what we're talking about today. Before we get into it, I'm working hard to build something real here. A community where men can have honest conversations about connection, attraction, and the things nobody ever taught us growing up. We are getting close to 10,000 subscribers. If what you're about to hear resonates with you, if it opens your eyes to something you've been missing, please hit subscribe right now. It tells me that these conversations matter, and it helps me keep making them. Now, let's get into this. Here's what keeps me up at night. We spend so much time waiting for someone to say the words out loud. I like you, I want to be near you, I'm attracted to you. We wait for that clear, unmistakable moment where everything becomes obvious. But in the real world of human connection, that almost never happens. A woman is almost never going to look you directly in the eyes and say, I am very attracted to you, please come closer. That's just not how this works. It would be so much simpler if it did. But human beings are complex, and the way we communicate what's happening in our hearts is far more subtle than most of us ever realize. What she does instead is something much quieter, much softer. It is like a secret language, one her body speaks automatically without her even choosing to. And if you have never been taught how to read it, you are going to miss it. Every single time, not because she wasn't showing you, but because nobody ever gave you the guidebook to this particular language. Today, I'm going to give you that guidebook step by step, signal by signal. But I want to flag something before we get there. The last signal on this list is the one that most men either completely misread or freeze up when it happens. And getting that one wrong is one of the most costly mistakes in a moment of real connection. I'll get to it. Keep watching. Here's the part that breaks my heart a little. Most kind, well-meaning men, good men, miss these signals completely. Not because they aren't paying attention, but because they are paying attention to the wrong thing. They are listening to her words, analyzing every sentence, trying to decode the meaning behind that's nice or that's funny. They are focused entirely on what she is saying. While this whole time, her hands are telling the whole story, her body is having a completely different conversation, one that is far more honest than words could ever be. Here is why. When a woman feels a real spark for you, her body starts responding before her brain even has a chance to catch up. Her nervous system shifts. That excited tension inside her builds up, and it has to go somewhere. Without her even knowing she's doing it, she starts releasing that energy through touch. This is not a conscious decision. She is not sitting there thinking, well, I should touch my hair right now. It is completely automatic, driven by parts of her brain that operate below conscious awareness. And that is exactly why these signals are so honest. They cannot be faked. They cannot be performed. They simply happen. There are patterns to all of this. That is what I want you to understand. These signals don't show up randomly. They appear at specific moments, around specific people. And they always come from the same place. Once you start seeing the patterns, you stop second-guessing yourself. You stop walking away from moments wondering if she was interested. You simply know. We are going to go through each signal one by one. And I want you to stay with me for all of them, because they build on each other. The later ones are the most powerful. And the very last one is the one most men handle completely wrong. Let's start at the beginning. I know you've heard this before, but stick with me, because most people completely misunderstand what this actually means. Not every time a woman touches her hair means something. Sometimes her hair is in her face. Sometimes it's just a habit. But when she does it repeatedly, or when it looks slightly deliberate, like she's aware you're watching, or when it happens right at the moment you look at her, that is different. Here's what's happening inside her. When she feels that spark of attraction, her brain releases chemicals, dopamine and norepinephrine, the same ones that create excitement and heightened awareness. That chemical reaction creates nervous energy, and her hands are the easiest outlet. She might twirl a strand of hair while listening to you talk. She might brush it to one side, again and again, even though it's already perfectly in place. She might pull it back to show her neck without consciously understanding why. These are not calculated moves. They are reactions. And reactions, unlike words, don't lie. We've covered the first signal, but the next one goes much deeper, because it involves one of the most vulnerable parts of the human body. And when a woman starts doing this around you, then it means something very specific about how safe she feels in your presence. But first, if this is resonating with you, subscribe right now. We are building something real here, and we want you to be part of it. Almost at 10,000. Let's get there together. Now, the neck. This is where it gets really interesting. The neck is one of the most protected parts of the human body. Biologically, we are built to guard our necks. We don't draw attention there unless we feel genuinely safe with someone. So when a woman starts touching her neck around you, something significant is happening. She might run her fingers along her collarbone. She might touch the side of her neck gently while you're talking. The key is context. Does it happen when you make eye contact? Does it happen right after you say something that makes her smile? Does it happen while she stays engaged and close, not pulling away? When those things come together, her body is responding to you, managing the excitement she feels in the only way it knows how. Many men see a woman touch her neck and think she's uncomfortable. And yes, she might be a little nervous, but it's the good kind of nervous, the kind you feel right before something wonderful happens. If she were truly uncomfortable, she would pull away. She would cross her arms. She would create distance. But if she's touching her neck while staying present and open, she's affected by you in the best possible way. Sometimes she'll tilt her head to the side at the same time, exposing even more of her neck, her body literally opening up, becoming less guarded, letting you into her space in a way she doesn't do with just anyone. 2 signals down. And we haven't even gotten to the ones that most men completely misread. The next signal is one of the most focused and most misunderstood of all of them, because on the surface it looks like nothing, but what it's communicating is impossible to ignore once you know what you're looking at. She might touch her lips gently, bite them softly, apply lip balm slowly, while maintaining eye contact with you. And most men miss this entirely. Here's why it matters. Men's eyes are naturally drawn to a woman's lips. Women, without even realizing it, respond to this by drawing attention there when they feel attraction. It is instinctive, below conscious thought. If she's applying lip balm because her lips are dry and immediately looks away, that's practical. Nothing more. But if she does it slowly, deliberately, while looking at you or right in the middle of a conversation, that is something else entirely. She's inviting you to notice her, not just as someone you're talking to, but as someone who wants to be seen in a particular way. That distinction changes everything. This is the signal most men never think about, but it is incredibly telling. She might spin a ring around her finger, play with a necklace, tug gently at an earring. It looks absent-minded, like a nervous habit with no meaning. But here's what's actually happening. She has extra energy moving through her because of how you're making her feel. And that energy needs somewhere to go. The jewelry is right there. Accessible, safe. Psychologists call this self-soothing behavior. It's how the body manages emotions that feel intense. If she were bored, she would be looking at her phone, scanning the room, mentally somewhere else. But if she's playing with her necklace while her eyes stay on you, she's fully present, using that small, quiet motion to handle the happy intensity of being near you. We've covered 4 signals now, and each one matters, but there's a shift that happens, a moment when everything moves from indirect to direct, from subtle to unmistakable. And when it happens, most men make a critical mistake. And I'll tell you exactly what that mistake is, and exactly what to do instead. Stay with me. 2 more signals to go. Before a woman is ready to reach across and touch you directly, she will often do something in between. She will touch the things near her. She might run a finger slowly around the rim of her glass, hold it with both hands, play with a straw while looking at you. This is what behavioral researchers call displacement behavior. She has all this attraction and energy directed toward you, but it feels too exposed to act on it directly yet. So she channels it into an object nearby because it feels safer. Watch for this. It almost always means something direct is coming if you create the right space for it. Men almost always read this one wrong. They think it means boredom. It does not. If her eyes are bright, if she's smiling, if her attention is completely on you, she's doing something very specific. She is framing her face, creating a picture for you to look at, making sure you are noticing her while she gives you every bit of her attention. She's not drifting away from the conversation. She is pulling you further into it.